Hey, this is the Birdman Coco Beware, the WWE Hall of Famer. And you are watching the Rubber City Wrestling, the real wrestling. Bird, 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 do the bird, bird, bird. Bird, 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 do the bird, bird, bird. Come on, y'all. Everybody get up. Everybody get down. You better step the stuff because the Birdman's in town. Bird, 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 do the bird, bird, bird.
Hello and welcome to another edition of RCW Spotlight. I am your host, the RCW Global Television Champion, your role model Ric Lieb. I do deserve a round of applause. Thank you.
A little round.
And with me as always, he is the manager of champions, unfortunately. He is a 41-year veteran of the sport. When is it 42, by the way?
Not till summer.
Yeah.
July.
And, of course, he's the star of the show. The Sicilian Beast, Ken Cerminara. Ken, why do they call you the star of the show when I'm really the star of the show? Everybody knows that.
Well, you know how humble I really am.
Yeah.
I would never call myself a star of anything.
It's in his contract. Call him the star or he doesn't show up either.
That's it.
You know, since Frankie never does, I like putting it here. I don't know why. What do you think today? I know that you're not a big fan of the word yard tard, but yard tard crashers? I think sometimes you need to understand that it doesn't have anything to do with people with special needs, just people with special needs. Now, let's think about it for a minute before you say that. Not people with special needs as mentally, but people with special needs, like they need to get trained properly. Think about it for a minute.
You gotta have good training.
I understand.
You gotta have good training.
A good trainer, too, not some backyarder doing it. People that need proper gear. You gotta wear the proper ring attire.
Pair of PF Flyers ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah. People that need to know the history of the sport, not the history of sports entertainment. You know, it has its meaning. And so, of course, the Ways version, the Yard Tard Crashers, make it professional wrestling great again, 1 yard tard at a time. I know, makes you cringe to hear the word. Like I said, I get that. I get it. But that's what it is. And so today, I'm doing, Frankie ain't here to wear the shirts. He's usually the shirt guy. I'm doing it right now. Braces off today. Last week I had the brace on. You didn't even notice?
Oh, how's it feeling?
It still hurts. I'm not going to lie.
Remember,
Rehab
Dr.
sucks.
Bombot said,
Yeah.
limit him to one adult beverage per day.
There's no such thing as a Dr. Vinny Boombots. That's Rodney Dangerfield's doctor. I don't know why you keep doing that to me.
It's his wife. She told me.
Oh,
She said, do not let him, Ken, please, for the love of God, don't let him have a second drink. It's it today, right?
why do you keep giving me these?
I'm not giving you anything. I gave you that for one time today, the show. And that's
One
it.
beer, one shot. That's all I'm allowed?
All right, George Thorogood. One bourbon, one scotch, and one beer.
I want bourbon. That's a good song.
One drink ain't enough, Jack. You
It's
better
not.
make it 3.
It's really not.
All right.
So today we got something special going, and I don't think you know about it, but I'm going to go ahead and surprise you with it right now.
What's special?
Our special guest today.
Nobody over there.
No, nobody has to be there.
Okay.
You don't always have to interview the guy right there.
Who is it? Who is it?
It's you.
It's me.
We're going to interview you today.
Oh, boy.
Because in a couple weeks, what's today? Who knows? Anyway, very soon on RCW Global, we're going to start airing your matches. I know the first one's going to be against Yukon
Eric.
Eric. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now, didn't he write into the show last week? Or is it a different Eric?
That was a different Eric.
Okay.
That was
all
Eric Kramer.
right. Okay, yeah.
All
yeah.
right.
Well, you remember that stuff, man. The mind might be going, but not the memory. That's good.
Huh? No.
Right, huh?
I'm an excellent driver.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah. It might rain today, man.
Definitely.
It's not snowing. Anyway,
2.3 inches.
we're going to go ahead and take our first commercial break. When we come back, we're going to go ahead and talk to this guy. We're going to finally get behind him because you fans asked for it. We're going to go ahead and do it. See you in 2 minutes, 2 seconds.
Are you looking for a job? I mean, seriously, do you want a job? Then get a hold of ASAP Staffing. ASAP Staffing is located in Barberton, Ohio, 165 2nd Street Northwest. Phone number is 330-203-3106. RCW Rubber City Wrestling.
Allow me to beg your indulgence for one moment.
This is the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels.
Mick Foley.
And you are watching
RCW Wrestling from the Rubber City. Rubber City Wrestling.
Real pro wrestling.
Not the flippy stuff.
Have a nice day. Yeah.
Catch RCW Spotlight Sundays and RCW Global Thursdays only on the RCW Network on YouTube.
Welcome back to RCW Spotlight. Our guest today has been a wrestling veteran of 41 years. 41.
5 decades?
5 different decades. Sheesh, you're making me think about my career.
Yeah.
Might have to have you interview me one show. And of course, you know, he's now a manager. I know that you've mixed it up not that long ago. We'll talk about that in a minute. You're currently managing the tag team champions, the heavyweight champion, and that's it.
There's more coming.
No, there's not. No,
Oh, yeah.
TV championship. Anyway, and they're going to be doing some Sicilian Beast Ken Cerminara matches on RCW Global. Like I said, they're starting with in February, of course. It's starting with Yukon Eric.
That was a big boy.
Yeah.
He actually worked for a few months as one of the bushwhackers. When
Really?
I think it was Butch was hurt and took Butch's place.
Luke and Butch. You know, I didn't like him as the bushwhackers. I liked them as the sheep herders.
Sheep herders, yeah.
Yes. And then they had
Didn't they go?
no, not when they were the sheep herders.
No, there's a
They were
bushwhacker thing.
mean.
Remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I hated it.
Boom,
I
boom.
thought it was stupid.
All right.
Yeah, I got this from New York.
New York?
Yeah.
Little Italy?
Well, close, but yeah, we'll go with that.
That's good. You know, part of my childhood I was spent in New York.
Right.
Right. You knew that?
Yeah, well, that's where I got this suit.
Very good.
Wait, oh, look, there it goes.
Good.
Jones of New York.
Jones.
Yeah.
Good.
You know. So.
Listen, boys and girls, I'm a little nervous about him asking me questions, so I think we should have a little salute and then we'll kick off the interview.
You love that grog, don't you? I don't mind it either, but it gives me a kick. I'm not gonna lie.
I get no kick from champagne. A little more, right?
No, we're good. We're good.
You good?
Good.
All right.
Don't need it to overflow. I'll get another one.
Alcohol doesn't thrill
I'll get
me
another
at
one when he's
all.
not looking.
Okay. There we go.
Okay. So to interviewing the Sicilian Beast, Ken Cerminara.
Salute there.
Salute. Chaser.
Chase her, chase who? Okay.
Exactly. So, what got you into professional wrestling?
This is great. My uncle, Tony Cerminara, my dad's youngest brother, was a floor manager at Channel 11 in Pittsburgh. And every Saturday night, it was 90 minutes of unorganized mayhem. Brought to you with your host, Bill Cardille, sponsored by American Heating. Who can? American. And Baseball Hall of Famer Pie Traynor was the spokesman for that. And as a kid, I loved wrestling. And I asked Uncle Tony, I said, Uncle Tony, can I come up and watch when they're doing studio wrestling? And he says, Kenny, you got to be over 18. But there's a glass booth, and since you're under 18, I could put you in there. So one week, my dad drives me and my younger brother up. We go there. Uncle Tony puts us in the glass booth. We're sitting there watching the matches. We were like no more than 20 feet away. Bruno Sammartino was there. Baron Cicluna, Dominic DeNucci, Johnny DeFazio. And all of a sudden, there's a little door on the side of this glass booth, and this head peeks in, playing peekaboo with us, you know? It was George the Animal Steele. I still have that in my head. It'll never go away. And I was hooked it from that point on. And there was a guy, they called him, he was a boxer back in the day. He had a nose like this. His name was Chink Afif. His real name was Charlie Afif. And he was a boxer. And years later, I was probably like 19 or 20, I saw him and we became friends. So finally I decided, I'm going to wrestle. I got to find out how. So I see Chink Afif down at the bank on Banksville Road. And I asked him, how do I get in? And he says, give me your phone number. I'll give you some information. He gave me Gorilla Monsoon's phone number, and Gorilla Monsoon sent me over to Guido Mongols, who had a gym which was about 40 minutes from where I lived. And Guido trained me, and that's how I got started.
Nice. And so, when you were growing up watching professional wrestling, who did you lean towards more, the rule breaker or the fan favorite?
I have to admit, the rule breakers.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm impressed.
My favorite wrestler of all time is Ernie Ladd.
I do know that. I do know that.
You knew that. George the Animal Steele, Baron Cicluna, and Waldo Von Erich were my favorite heels.
Waldo Von Erich.
Yep.
Why over, like, Fritz Von Erich or something?
I never saw Fritz Von Erich much growing up. You know, everything was regional territories. You know, so you saw who you saw.
Okay.
You didn't see them all back then. And I don't know if you know this story, which is when I was a kid growing up in New York. I'm 8 years old. I'm sitting on the living room floor. It's Saturday afternoon. Wrestling's on. And the only thing I remember about it was Gorilla Monsoon was in it, and Wild Red Berry was the manager, and there was 10 guys in the ring beating the crap out of each other. And my dad walks in the room, and my dad says, Kenny, what are you watching that garbage for? I said, I like it. He says, it's not right. I said, but Daddy, that's what I want to do when I grow up. He says, kid, you're crazy.
That's what I told him.
And the rest is history.
I was 12 years old when I made up my mind I was going to be a professional wrestler.
I was 8.
You beat me. Let's measure them.
Jefferson was president. Go ahead.
But, yeah, well, you know, speaking of presidents, Abraham Lincoln was a 300 wins before his first loss.
Right.
Professional wrestler. He's actually in a couple of the
The
professional
Wrestling Hall of Fame in Waterloo, Iowa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he should be. So, who was your first match, and what was the emotions you had going into that? Like, how did you feel going into that match?
Well, I was scared shitless for one thing.
Wow, we're going to have to beat that out, thanks.
I was so sorry. I did the bad thing. So anyway, my first match was up in Canada, in a town north of Toronto called Aurelia. And it was a tag match, and my partner was Chris Tolos, and we went against Danny Johnson, which was the son of Bull Johnson, and Luis Martinez. You remember Luis. And what happened was Chris pinned Louis. We won, but somehow the referee found a foreign object on Chris, and we got disqualified. And then they got really mad, and they threw some punches and stuff. And then finally it ended, and my heart finally slowed down to about 120 beats a minute, and I was okay. And that's how it started. But the thing is, Rick here was telling you how long I've been at this, one way or another, in this business. That show that night, I can remember everybody that was on it. And guess what? I'm the only one that's still alive that worked on that show.
Well, given your age, doesn't surprise me.
But that's good.
Now I'm literally just playing around, but yeah.
I think I passed the test at time.
You did. Father Time and you.
Can I imitate Louis Martinez? I don't know if any of the old people out there remember Louis. Hey, son, do I look good for my age?
Always did.
Okay, there we go.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Who was your favorite opponent?
Sergeant Slaughter.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
It was just like we had this chemistry. It was like boom, 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 and then it was over. The next thing you know, it was 30 minutes, and it seemed like 2 minutes. Now you know that's good when it goes like that.
Oh yeah.
I've seen 2 minutes feel like 30.
Yeah, I think when I wrestled in the Fatal 4-Way with Marty Jannetty and Danny Doring in it, that match just went. It was so easy to do because it's like you didn't have to worry about those. A lot of times you wrestle a guy from WWE or you wrestle a guy from ECW, something like that. They want to script everything. These two guys are like, no, let's just go wrestle.
Play the game, and and also Honky Tonk Man was just.
Oh yeah.
He was so smooth.
You know, a lot of people don't give him the credit he deserves. He's one of those top wrestlers of all time.
He might be one of the best ones I ever wrestled.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Anybody that's ever wrestled him has always said the same thing. He's one of the best they've ever been in the ring.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, shout out to Honky Tonk Man. We love you here, man.
There you go.
And
that was a good question, by the way.
Thank you. If you had a chance to wrestle anybody that you haven't wrestled, like you can go back, like or if there was a time period where you guys could just collide, name one or a few people that you would want to wrestle. Oh, that'd be a good match. I think me versus the Sicilian Beast in his prime would have been a good match.
I would pay money.
I would pay money to see it too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now don't get me wrong. I wouldn't try a match. It'd be like wrestling the Rogue. You'd toss me around. I get that. I've seen your matches. I know how strong and how big you were. You know. Yeah. I know.
Were is the key word.
Right.
I'm only minus 90 pounds.
Right. Exactly.
All right.
But that for some reason I've always enjoyed wrestling bigger guys, and I appreciate you saying that, by the way.
Oh,
you know, all the shots we take at each other and stuff.
No, you're not going to get maudlin on me.
I did not know he was going to say that. That was not.
No, I didn't know I was going to say it. Just okay.
Damn, that would be a good match.
Yes, it would. Maybe Nintendo can do a computer.
I got an idea. Get on the Sylvester Stallone steroid regimen.
That's it.
And let's me and you meet up in a year.
That's it. On my birthday.
There you go.
There you go.
We'll meet up in a year. Me versus you. I'm not joking.
All right.
I'll put the TV channel on live since I know I'll still have it.
They're going to play the Rocky music and everything?
They should.
Oh, boy.
They should.
Okay.
Anyway. Hey, you know what? Hey, it was a pleasure interviewing you.
You're going to make me cry, goddamn.
Oh, jeez, we're going to bleep you out again, man. First of all, for those of you who don't know, God's last name is not damn. And besides that, he doesn't need a dam. He can walk on water. Read your Bible, fans. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to take your questions.
Studio Wrestling is back. RCW, Rubber City Wrestling, is now RCW Global. RCW Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the RCW Network on YouTube. Would you like to see your commercial aired on both RCW Spotlight and RCW Global? Contact us on social media at facebook.com/Rubber City Wrestling, Instagram at Rubber City Wrestling, or email us at the RCW Network at gmail.com.
Welcome back to RCW Spotlight. Well, fans, it's that time of the show again. You've got questions, we've got answers. Now, if you'd like for us to answer your question on the air, go ahead and write us at facebook.com/RCW Spotlight, and we'll be more than happy to answer it. You know, speaking of which, we got our own little website now that helps people go to the this show. That beer just made me burp. This show a lot quicker, and it's RCW or the RCW Network wixsite.com, something like that. I don't know, but anyway, I'll share it on Facebook because I'm not very good with remembering things. But yeah, it's supposed to be it's supposed to make life easier for you guys, the fans. What do we got going for us?
All right, we have some questions.
Yeah.
We have You have questions. We have
Answers.
good stuff. All right. Oh,
Let me guess.
here's a rude one.
Rude question of the
Hey,
day.
role model. You suck. Tim Stevens, Tampa, Florida.
Wait a minute. They literally wrote in to tell me I suck.
Absolutely, that's what it says.
You know, actually, Tim Stevens, I know him. I know
You
his
know
wife.
him. I don't know him.
I know his wife. She swallows.
Is he a jagoff?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
So I suck, but his wife swallows. And not him. Matter of fact, I told her one day, I was like, you know, spitters are quitters, and she did not quit.
Did you go to Jared?
No.
Okay.
Hell no.
It's an old story.
I kicked her out of the house after she made me a sandwich.
All right.
What's going on?
I don't know if that's a hard one to follow. But go ahead. Here we are. Who are your favorite wrestlers growing up from Stand Tall, North Haven, Maine?
Wait. The guy's name is Stan Tall.
STANTALL.
That's awesome. I wonder if he's related to Martin Short.
Could be.
What's the question? This should have been the guy that sent me the rude question.
Stand Tall. Who's your favorite wrestler growing up?
That's our first question from Maine, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair.
I mean, I was a Horseman guy. Everybody knows Ric Flair's my favorite wrestler growing up. In the WWF at the time, it was Roddy Piper. Loved Roddy Piper, but Ric Flair in the NWA.
All right. Mine was Ernie the Cat Lad.
We knew that from your interview.
I just used to love it every time he goes, "Shut up!" That was great.
Yeah, Ernie Ladd was awesome.
Yeah, he was. He was. I wish I would have got to wrestle him. Or I never even met him in person. I saw him wrestle Bruno Sammartino in Pittsburgh at the Civic Arena, and I saw him wrestle Sheik Farhat at Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. But I never got to meet him in person.
Now, of course, this was before me, so now I'm his favorite wrestler, whether he wants to admit it or not. Move on.
Actually, he's my second favorite wrestler. Everybody else is tied for first.
Oh, that hurts.
Okay.
That hurts.
All right.
I knew where he was going.
You did too, didn't you? How many championships have you guys held in your long and illustrious careers?
I think I'm going to shot him.
Hey.
What? Why do you do that?
All right, you get one today.
I have half a shot. How's that? Let's negotiate. Half a shot.
Melissa, are you watching this?
Half. It's a half.
Oh, God. Who was your enabler last week? Okay, try it again.
No, I'm not getting slapped again.
The hand.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait a minute, that's less than a half.
No, I'm only taking a half. See, I'm a role model.
There you go.
For
Salute.
a role model. Jesus.
Beer's chaser.
All right.
You know what they say, beer after liquor, never been sicker.
I'm done. Cindy, I'll be home by Wednesday.
Right, there you go.
Okay. All right.
By Wednesday. That's just, 3 days away?
2 days. Day after tomorrow. I don't know.
Right, who cares?
All right. Hold on.
You lost the question.
We lost our signal. We got it back. All right. How many championships have you guys had? You're first.
Oh, gosh, I'm trying. All right, let's see. Is that all the question, or is there more to that? Because I know that's all more to that one.
How long did it take to win your first belt?
Okay, I knew there was more to that one. First of all, it took me 10 years to win my first championship. Back in the day, they didn't microwave you as a champion like they do now. But when it's real professional wrestling, a lot of times you have to wait. And the reason why is because you have to get good enough to actually win it. First championship I ever held was 10 years after I started. That was the UWC World Television Championship. 5 years later, I won my first heavyweight championship. So I was a UWC television champion twice. Was it twice or 3 times? 2 or 3 times, I can't remember. Because I know the second time I had it, I lost it to Tyrone Evans, aka Michael Tarver. Wow, he was another one that I could have put up there with toughest opponents I've ever been in the ring with. But
Good, huh?
The question last week, yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, but so television champion. Okay, we'll say it's TV champions. Now that I have this one, that would be 3 times I've been a TV champion, at least, maybe 4. Gosh, I've been doing this for 32 years. Okay, so heavyweight championships or world championships, whatever you want to call them. Twice in RCW, once in UXWA, once in what's that called? AXE, once in FSW, once in UWC. I believe that's all of them. So that would be 6 right there, heavyweight championships. Tag team championships, I was FCWF twice. Or FCWF, they changed their name. And then I was also, hey, do me a favor, grab that bat of Frankie's and hit the ceiling. That's what he does whenever the people upstairs are really loud. They're distracting me. Let me guess, Frankie took his bat. Well, ain't that great.
I remember the bat, but it's gone.
Yeah, anyway, so, but yeah, I think I was a 3-time tag team champion.
It's impressive.
Thank you.
All right.
Probably not as impressive as yours, but
Well, no, this is funny stories, but wrestling, I've had 5 altogether. I was the HWA heavyweight champion.
Hold on a second. Quiet down up there! Oh, I always wanted to do that. Always wanted to do that. Go on.
Well, answering your question, Rick, I started out my first championship.
His name was Rick?
No, you, Rick. I'm talking to you too.
Oh, okay.
And I'm talking to this guy here, Angel Ryan.
I think that's a girl.
Still Ohio. Angel. Okay. Oh, sorry, Angel. Here's the answer. All right?
Could be a guy. I don't know.
You don't know that stuff. So anyway, my first championship occurred 8 years after I started.
Right. Wow,
No, I'm very sorry. No. I am the George... Okay. Yes, 8 years after I started. I got another story coming later. It was the Tri-State Tag Team Championship, and my partner was Baron Miguel Donatelli. And we held the Tri-State Tag Team Championship 4 different times over the course of, I'd say, from 1988 to 1991.
Nice.
That was good. And the only singles championship that I ever won happened at the age of 45 years old. It was the biggest upset of all times. I won a 3-way match in Mount Oliver, PA against Skull and Bison. I believe Bison's name was Paul. And I won that, and I held that title for 11 months.
Nice.
And as a manager, I've had 2 now tag team champions, and of course the Rogue is the heavyweight champion of
Until I get my hands on him again.
Until we meet again. And but otherwise, besides wrestling, I've had 3 bowling championships, and I actually,
that doesn't count. This is all about wrestling.
But wait, there's more.
Oh gosh.
I was on the World Series winning team of silver softball in 2010.
Maybe you need to grab that women's softball championship trophy over there that Frankie had. It's behind glasses. You'll break things. Let's not touch it.
Can I take that home with me?
No, you cannot.
The guy on the trophy has boobs. No.
Yeah, exactly. It's
All
a
right.
women's championship, and he bought it at a thrift store just so he could act like he won a battle royal.
He got that at Goodwill.
He probably did. And not Frankie.
All right. We have one more exciting question. This is interesting. You'll like this.
All right. I like interesting questions. They're better than
Have you guys, it's always you guys, you guys
They do say that a lot.
ever heard of Lord Zoltan? And if you have you ever wrestled him or with him? From Jerry Olansky from Pittsburgh, PA.
I'll go ahead and answer it first. Of course, we've heard of Lord Zoltan. He's, Ken is a member of the Cauliflower Alley Club. I see him all the time. I don't know if I've ever worked any events with him. And that's sad for me to say that, but I've worked so many, I don't remember if I did. I don't think I have, though. I'd love to. We'd love to have him on the show.
I think I can arrange that.
Really, yeah. So yeah, I'd love to get him on here to sit down and actually talk to us. And it's good to see the fans remember him. Of course, out in Pittsburgh, that's where he's from, so it makes sense.
Right.
How about you?
Okay. Believe it or not, the first time I ever wrestled in the United States, because I started in Canada.
Right.
He was my tag team partner, and we wrestled two big old hillbilly guys
Really?
called the Hog Brothers, J.R. Hogg and Hoss Hogg. And
No relation to Boss Hog, by the way.
no, it was Hoss.
Right.
And we beat the snot out of those guys. And Bobo Brazil came in to save them. And we worked over Bobo, and we got the heck out of town. And that was in 1981, I believe. And I also wrestled him as an opponent 3 times. One of the matches was in Shelby, Ohio in 1982. One of the best matches I ever had. I'll put it in my top 10 in a minute. We had some great matches. And we're still in touch with each other. We talk every week. And I would love to have him on this show. We'll see what we can do.
That'd be awesome. All right, we want to thank you guys for your questions, including the guy that put in Rick, you suck. That's funny to me.
What was that dude's name? Tim Stevens from Tampa.
Don't give him a shout out.
I love you, man.
He's a douchebag. Anyway, you know, that's one guy right there whose mom should have swallowed him. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Sorry, my bad. We're gonna go ahead
We're
and
enjoying our last show ever here.
Right, exactly. Now that we've been canceled, we're going to go ahead and get out of here, but we'll go ahead and see you again. For the Sicilian Beast, Ken Cerminara, I am your role model, Ric Lieb, the RCW Global Television Champion. You know, Rolex wearing. All right, I can wear that too.
You got a problem with that?
No, I don't.
Thank you.
Anyway, we'll see you next week with another edition of RCW Spotlight. Salute!
Piece of cake.
Hey guys, it's your role model, Ric Lieb. I want to thank you for watching the show. If you could do me a favor, go ahead and hit subscribe right down there, and it would help us a lot. I appreciate it. Thanks.